y'all. Okay, so today is July 4th, so happy 4th to everyone that celebrates. We actually celebrate July 4th as something different. It's our anniversary, so we make 8 years today. Hubby is on his way in from work. Truck drivers seem like they never rest, so he's supposed to be off today. However, since he drove overnight, he has to bring the trailer back. So anyway, that's why you're not seeing him right now or hearing him, and LeBron's doing his lesson at the table. So I wanted to kind of give a quick update to something that had happened, and then show you a few items that I received, so we can go ahead and get some of those items washed or cleaned, or whichever. And before they pile up, because sometimes it could be a lot in one video. So anyway, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I'm so out of breath. So anyway, on June 24th, about 2 a.m. that morning, I started getting lots of Braxton Hicks. It was so many Braxton Hicks till I got up at 2 and started looking for on Google, looking for apps, whatever, to do a contraction count, if that's what it's called. And so y'all, I'm so sorry. They sticking out now. So anyway, they were coming in at like every 5 to 6 minutes, like some 5 to 6, some was like maybe every 7 minutes, something like that. And so I was like, okay, this is not normal. I kept trying to drink my water. I was laying down. I was in a recliner. I was stretched out, so I wasn't sitting up. And they just kept coming and kept coming. And so at that point, I was like, oh my gosh, like, what's going on? What's happening? I was like, what's happening? At that time, June 24th, I feel like I wasn't even, was I 28 weeks? What was I? Let's see, 30 to 24th. So, May 29. So yeah, I was probably, let's see, I think I was 28, 29. Yeah, I was 28. Sorry about that. So I was about 28 weeks at that time. And so I was like, oh my God. I was like, what's going on? What's happening? I kept trying to drink water. It was really painful. Hubby had to go to work, and I was like, well, I guess I'll be okay. I'm gonna lay in the bed. And so I got in the bed. I was able to doze off. But of course I couldn't sleep that well because LeBron was up. Excuse me. So I lay in the bed. I did doze off. I fixed him some breakfast. I think I dozed off again, and it was like maybe 1 o'clock, maybe about 1 o'clock. And the Braxton Hicks, they kind of slowed down. And what I mean by slow down is that I was able to go to sleep. So evidently they did. So they started to be like 7 and then 11 minutes apart, or 9 minutes. So it wasn't as frequent as it was in the middle of the night. Now this is from 2 in the morning all the way until like almost 9 o'clock or so. And so what I did was, before I took my other nap as well, about 1 o'clock that day, before I took my other nap, I was supposed to be getting my second round of my steroid shot. And so I was like, oh goodness, I'm like, I gotta get this other steroid shot. I had the medicine with me, but I was not about to administer that one. It goes in the buttocks and it burns, and it's one thing to do the shot, but it's another thing that it burns and it hurts. So a nurse had agreed to meet me, you know, at the hospital at the doctor's office to administer the shot because it was on a Saturday. And she was like, you know, if you can't do it, or if your husband can't do it, then, you know, just hit me up or whatever. Well, before I hit her up, I actually had called the nurse's line, and I never got a response, never got a call back. I left the message, nothing. So I'm sitting here like, well, what if I would have called and, you know, was really having some complications and stuff? So basically I was told, don't call the regular line and go through the options, just call the other line, which goes straight to like my doctor or whatever. So thank goodness for the false alarm. So anyway, I called her. So I told her the whole story. I told her, I said, and by the way, I said, I know I need to get that shot. I said, I've called, because I called HEB, I called CVS, Walgreens, I even called the, what is that called, like the little emergency care places. I called everywhere, and everywhere was like, well, if you didn't get the medicine here, then we can't administrate it. If you know, since it's dealing with pregnancy, we don't have any OBGYN type nurse or doctors, so we can't do it. It's a liability thing. It's this, that, and the third. So I couldn't find anybody. I was like, how am I gonna get this shot? So when I talked to the nurse later on that day, and I explained to her, I called the nurse's line, I called everywhere around as well. I told her what I was, you know, feeling and stuff like that. She goes, well, let me text Dr. Irwin. So she texted him for me, and she explained everything, and he was like, well, he wants you to go ahead and go to the hospital for monitoring. At that time, my husband was out of town. He was in Louisiana on a haul, bringing a trailer, and I'm sitting here like, he not gonna be home for another, I think after I talked to her, like another 5 to 6 hours. So I'm sitting here like, what am I gonna do? And I didn't want to drive myself because I didn't know, you know, if I was gonna have more pain, and plus, you know, LeBron's gonna be with me. So I was like, I don't want to. And then I wasn't really familiar with, I thought that the place that I would have to go is different than the place that that I had like my attack surgery and all that, but it's all like the same hospital. So I didn't know that, and if I would have known that, I probably would have went ahead and gone with LeBron with me and stuff, but it would have been a long walk, and I would have had to have somebody push me in a wheelchair like hubby did. But anyway, long story short, I eventually, they stopped coming frequently. I would have maybe 2 to maybe 3 an hour, maybe 3. So it got better. I noticed that when I move around, when I'm walking around and doing things, I don't have Braxton Hicks. But if I'm laying down, like if I'm sitting down or laying down, I have plenty of them. And so I'm like, that's so odd. Even my mom was like, that's backwards. Like, seem like if you're doing too much, you know. But I guess it's, if I move around, then I sit down. I don't know, but I have them consistently, and they are painful. They're not as painful as a contraction. So remember, I did have contractions with the girls. They're not as painful as that, but they are painful, and there are times when it kind of takes my breath away a little bit, but I'm still able to breathe and talk through them. So I know that they're not, you know, real contractions. But anyway, the doctor, after I told him, I said, well, my husband's out of town, is he okay with me going in when he come home? So he was like, yes. He was like, tell her to only bed rest only. So it was modified like bed rest, where I can only get up to eat or use the restroom. So he was like, you know, I want you to lay down and drink lots and lots of water, and as soon as your husband get home, I do want you to come to the hospital and be monitored. So hubby comes home, and it's about like 7 o'clock, y'all, and it's so much later than what I thought it was going to be. So hubby comes home, and I'm already pretty much ready. LeBron's ready. He kind of changes from his work clothes, and then we head there. And it's not that far, especially when there's no traffic, and there was no traffic at that time, which was Saturday at about 7-8 o'clock. So there was no traffic at all. There was no traffic, surprisingly. We get there. Hubby parks on the side to make sure we're going to the right place. So we park. We go in, get a wheelchair. Hubby rolls me up. And what I did too was I've actually packed a couple pairs of underclothes. I packed, you know, like a little um, um, little lunch and everything. Hubby had to make him some sandwiches. I fixed us all a hot dog and everything, like to put in Ziploc bags, chips, drink. Hubby had his lunch kit filled with stuff because I didn't know if I was gonna be, you know, if I was gonna have to stay, they was gonna keep me or what. So I actually brought a couple of things, you know, just in case. And so there's no more room in there, and they're not being still at all and stuff. But anyway, we get there, we park, we go in. Hubby takes the wheelchair, you know, I'll get in there, and we go up to the part. They already have my information. The nurse comes in quick, put me in a room. I don't have to get undressed or anything because I had on a dress, and they just, you know, raised it on up, put the little bands on it, monitored for about 30 minutes to an hour or whatever. In the midst of it, they had to give me that last shot. So I got my last shot. It wasn't 24 hours. It was a little bit longer than 24 hours, but it still was the next day. I got my shot, and it was a mess because I am a big baby. Well, y'all know, y'all seen, I was a big baby when it came to that needle. She was like, girl, she's like, you gotta keep your booty loose. She was so sweet. She is so sweet. And we talked about everything. We started talking about the channel. We started talking about, well, not so much the channel, but we started talking about like the IVF stuff, and she was asking about that and telling me about a little bit about her life and her kids and her husband and her friends. Like, it was just, you know, a good moment. So I got the shot out. Got the shot, and she was like, okay, well, let me get your discharge papers. And the Medicaid person, you know, not Medicaid, the Medicaid person, the insurance person came in and was asking, you know, what did we have? Did we have Medicaid or did we have our personal insurance? So they took my insurance card and put it in the system and everything like that. And then the discharge papers were just saying, just take it easy, minimal walking, try not to do no stairs, even though we stay on the second floor. Yeah, there's 2 flights of stairs, but I don't have to go down there because LeBron's not in school. Hubby checks the mail. I don't go downstairs for nothing. And the only time I go downstairs is if we go to the doctor, and that's it. So anywho, they gave me discharge papers. They said everything looks fine, and that was it. And so after that, left. We got home probably by it was almost midnight. We didn't stay long up there though. By the time we went through, because it was like you have to go up to here, walk through here, get checked in there too, check in the front, check in when you get up there. When you go around, they put you in like this little waiting room. The waiting room was like maybe 5 minutes. As soon as hubby poured his coffee that was there, the coffee machine, it was time to go, so he had to pour it out. And so we and that was it. You know, LeBron had his little game, that way he can kind of stay interested in that, not worry about what's going on with us. And that was it. Like, they seen that 30 minutes to an hour, because we got there, like I said, 7 something going on 8. So that was 8 by time, or 8 something by the time we got in the room. By the time they monitored, then it was about 9 something, 10. And then we got our discharge papers and was on our way home. So it was about it was about 10 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock. And so all we had time to do was hurry up and eat, shower, and hit the sack. And of course, hubby was tired because he had just got from work. So anywho, I just want to tell y'all a little bit about that, but all is well. They're still in there baking. They're still in there healthy. They're still in there jumping around, moving around, being very active. And in about, let me say, today is Tuesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be 30 weeks, y'all. I cannot believe it. I'm definitely going to ask the doctor if we can push up my cesarean date, because cesarean date is actually supposed to be September 1st. However, I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna go that long. I could barely walk, y'all. Like, I be in so much pain sometimes, you know, not being able to lift your leg or sleep much. The Braxton Hicks are the most annoying thing though. I could, like, if I didn't have that, I probably would be okay, but those Braxton Hicks, they hurt. So anyway, we'll talk about that in the next video when I do go to the doctor, because I do go to the doctor on this coming Friday. which is July 7th. I am seeing a doctor now every 2 weeks, which I told y'all on the last vlog of my 7-month update. So you'll be getting more videos. Anywho, let's talk about the items that we were blessed with by y'all awesome subbies and family and friends and so forth. So let's go ahead and get busy. So basically what she sent us were, and this is what she did, and a lot of, you know, I've gotten a lot of people that ask, you know, for my address or anything like that, and I'll tell them, well, I do, you know, have the registry pulled up, and some people don't know and some people do, but the ones that do know, and they're like, well, I wanted to get you, you know, something else that's not on the list. And sometimes I'll say, you know, if you wanted to tell me, you know, what it is, and that way I can go and add it, I would definitely go, you know, and add it for you. That way you can purchase if you feel like I need it, because there may be some things that I don't put on there that I might need, you know. So she was kind enough to reach out to me and say that she wanted to purchase an item that she felt like, you know, worked for her and stuff, and, you know, wanted to give to me. And so she sent us two of these. They're called baby loungers, and I didn't even know about it. It's a boppy newborn lounger, and it's gray and white elephants. And she bought two of those, and she bought a box of size 2 diapers, which is a blessing because we've been getting a lot of newborn in size 1, so I actually took them off the list as well because we've gotten a lot of those sizes. So she got us like this right here, which is perfect. So she got 2 of these and the box of diapers, and we want to say thank you so much. I'm sorry hubby's not here to say thank you because he really likes to be in the midst of it. And he was just so shocked. He was like, oh, somebody got us that. So he'd be so extra sometimes, but it's a blessing. It's such a blessing. Like, you know, now we don't have to get all of those boppy thingies, I guess that's what the other ones are called, where you put it around your waist. I may get one just, you know, when I'm breastfeeding, but I don't have to purchase 2. And then that's nice for like if we're in bed or if we're on the couch or something like that, have to travel, something of that nature. You know, we have those that we can bring, and that's perfect. So I thank you so much for that, and the big box of diapers. So thank you so much, hon. The next gift I'm gonna go over is this one here. This is actually from my my kindergarten teacher, y'all. My kindergarten teacher. She was my favorite teacher of all my teachers I've had. She was my absolute favorite teacher. I was her first year class, if that makes sense. So after she graduated and she, you know, of course, started applying for a job, her first class, I was in there, and so I thought that was very special. And she also went to school with my mom, so the thing is, like, so I feel like we have this bond, you know, not even so much just as my kindergarten teacher type deal. She's just a very genuine, kind-hearted person and so forth. If you are a teacher, she actually have a book. If you want to purchase it, she actually have a book, and if you purchase it, you make sure you tell her that I sent you. But let me see if I can find the name of her book really quickly. Let's see. And I said I'm gonna order. I meant to order it with my last order, but when I started receiving stuff, I was like, well, I'm gonna wait because I want to do a group order, so I have to pay for shipping. But it's with Amazon, and it's called The Inside Scoop: 5 Keys to Purposeful Partnerships That Passionately Educate Children. So, and she's now considered a doctor, so she did get her doctorate. So, she is considered Dr. White instead of Miss White. But anyway, she yeah, so she went on to, you know, she's not a kindergarten teacher anymore. She did move up in the what you want to say, administrative, or in the school district departments. I don't know how you would say it, but she you know, moved out. This is, I mean, there is wonder in the waiting. There is wonder in the waiting. It says, Q, my favorite student, quote unquote, don't tell, because there's a lot of other students that, you know, we met all over Facebook and stuff, and so she's like, don't tell, don't So anyway, she said, I'm so happy for you. I'm praying for a successful delivery for you and the babies. I can't wait to see pictures of my favorite grand students. So she called them her grand students. I thought that was so cute. And she was like, love Miss White or Dr. White. And stuff. So, and then she sent us a gift card. Sent us a gift card. So that was a blessing. That was a shock and a blessing. So I know she doesn't watch the videos. However, I just say thank you so much for that. That's really appreciated. Then we have another gift. Okay, so we have another gift, well, some more gifts from a friend of ours. It's a mutual friend from Florida that I met through my husband, set of friends and so forth. So this is the card here. It's really cute. It said, he's a little brown baby who's loved head to toe. Your little brown baby. Hello, angel, hello. And then on the inside, there's a poem that was written. It says, there's two to wash, two to dry. There's two who argue, two who cry. There's two to kiss, two to hug, and best of all, there's two to love. Congrats. So thank you so much, Mika. We really appreciate it. When we got it, I really wasn't expecting. It's like some of these, people say, well, I'm gonna send you something, and it just never, I don't know. It's like, so when I get a message from the office and say, hey, you have a package, I'm like, a package? I'm like, well, who sent something? Because I didn't, because I didn't know that, I thought we were almost done probably getting everything, that we were going to receive. So it was a shock to receive that. So thank you so much. And her items that she got was Swaddle Me. We have none of these. We have one, like a furry one, but that's it. But we had none of these that were purchased from our registry. And when I seen this, I was like, oh, thank you so much. Because I used to wrap LeBron in these like crazy, because he's one of them babies that like his hands would just be everywhere and scratching himself, even though you have mittens, but it used to just calm him down. And so I'm like, yes. So yes, we have swaddlers. So can't wait to use those, and they're really cute. You see that. Also, more receiving blankets. Thank you, Jesus. I feel like she was listening. She must be listening to these videos. She gotta be, because everything that she bought is things that we were saying that we needed or whatever. So we have some receiving receiving blankets, and they're so cute too. And there's the elephant and the color scheme that we have going on, so that's even more perfect. Yes, so all in all, these 8 receiving blankets. Like, yes, I don't have to buy any more. Like, I had a whole list of everything that I have to finish purchasing that we hadn't received or anything, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy another set of maybe receiving blankets just in case, and bam, that comes in 8 more. So yes, a thing of wipes. You can never have enough things of wipes. And then these little wrist rattlers, so they each have one, because it's a pair, and so I can put one on one baby and one on the other. One's a lamb and one's a bear. Is it a bear? I guess it's a bear. And they rattle. And then last but not least, we didn't have one of these. I actually just threw LeBron's away about almost a year ago. Go figure. I don't know why I threw it away. About a year or two ago. I don't even know why I threw it away. I don't even know why. I don't know. But I was having one of the moments, I guess I was cleaning up and, whatever. But anyway, this is what dries the bottles. Y'all know that. But yes, we have this. And so I had this on my list as well. And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, I gotta get one of these again. Like, I totally forgot. And got it in. So I really appreciate all of y'all's gifts, your love. I really appreciate, like I'm literally like overwhelmed just with love, with y'all's gifts. Oh, and I did purchase one other outfit for the boys, a newborn outfit. This is one of the outfits we will take to the hospital. It's newborn, because I don't know how tiny or how big or chunky they will be. So this is already washed, and so yeah, so that's what in case if they have to wear newborn, they will be wearing those. I have some onesies, and I'll talk about that in another video, because that stuff there is basically stuff that we're gonna put in their bag. So I will be doing a hospital bag. I appreciate all of your comments, like they are so helpful. Like seriously, y'all helped me a lot, because some things I would have never imagined getting. So I want to thank everyone again for your gifts. Thank you for these new items here that we received. Y'all have just blessed us tremendously, and we just thank y'all so much. I mean, we're literally on a countdown. So after this week, if I keep that date, we'll literally have about maybe 7 weeks left. And I'm just like, 7 weeks? Just 7 weeks? I remember when I was 7 weeks pregnant. So 7 weeks left. So hopefully I can get the doctor to push it back maybe 2 more weeks. I mean, push it up 2 more weeks. So we only have maybe 4 or 5 weeks left. But anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go. I'm sorry this video is extra long, but I appreciate y'all listening, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
If she wants to do it again after a year or 2, and we'll do we'll take the steps so that we'll know the gender. I think it's fair that she gets what she wants. She deserves it.